Morning everybody, how are y'all doing today? I'm doing pretty good myself because today we have a bit of a different video because the day finally came. I knew this day would come at some point, but we actually had someone make a video responding to one of my videos. Now this, of course, was a self-admitted PlayStation fanboy. Like in the video, this guy admits that he's a PlayStation fanboy. I'm not labeling this dude or anything like that. He admits that he is a PlayStation fanboy, like towards the end of the video. But yeah, this video is basically a PlayStation fanboy calling me out for, you know, basically, like, part of it was me getting some stuff wrong when it comes to The Last of Us Part 1 leaks, which, and, you know, the actual gameplay and stuff, which I already did a video apologizing for the stuff I got wrong. I acknowledged what I did wrong there. And those were valid points, but I felt like there were some points in this video that definitely were pretty fanboyish, honestly, so I kind of just wanted to cover those specific points. But let me just start off real quick. Let me play the clip where he admits to being a fanboy, just so nobody thinks I'm lying. Here you go.
Oh, hi there. I'm called a PlayStation fanboy, and I'm defending it.
So yeah, there you go. Just felt like I needed to throw that in there real quick. But again, I don't really feel like I need to say this anymore, but I have absolutely nothing against the dude who made this video. Again, I thought some of his points were actually really good, but I also thought some of them weren't so good, so I just wanted to, you know, share my thoughts on them, just like he shared his thoughts on my video with me. But yeah, that's enough of an intro from me, so without further ado, let's get into his first point that I wanted to discuss. And for context, the clip that he just watched that was from my video was where I was talking about how the leaks killed a bunch of people's hype for this game, and how it seems like when it comes to The Last of Us, like there's always leaks that kill people's hype.
Oh yeah, the leaks. They definitely don't help. I can definitely say that much is true, because it definitely hurts the hype for some people. But I've always kind of been a person that said hype culture is toxic to begin with, and I'm sorry this might sound a little fanboyish, but if a leak really, you know, destroys your hype levels to the point that you don't even want to play it, were you really hyped to begin with to play the game, or are you hyped because it was something new to play and you just need something to kill your time and, you know, brag about on Twitter?
Now, this point right here about, like, oh, if you get upset by a leak, were you really that hyped for the game to begin with? Like, that doesn't really make a lot of sense to me. Because the way I see it, why would someone be upset about a leak if they weren't excited for the game? Like, wouldn't you only be upset about something if you found something out about it that, you know, you were originally excited for? Like, if I was excited for Modern Warfare 2, and then, you know, a bunch of leaks came out like they have, and it looks like, based off what we've seen, they're not changing too much. But if I was excited for the game, and then I saw, like, the leaks that hardly anything was changing for Modern Warfare 2019, then, you know, I would probably be disappointed. But since I'm not excited for the game, when I see the leaks come out and they're not very good, like, that doesn't really disappoint me because I already wasn't really expecting anything great to begin with. I mean, I guess you could say, like, oh, well, if people get disappointed because of the leaks, it's their own fault because, you know, they were hyping it up for themselves. That's a fair point, I guess. But at the same time, if it's from a company they have trust in, or it's like a sequel or a remake of a game that they love, like, of course they're going to be excited for it. But now we're going to move on to the next part of the video I strongly disagree with, where he's basically trying to downplay the fact that even PlayStation fanboys weren't excited for this game, or at the very least, you know, were a bit worried about it.
I don't know where this guy was when The Last of Us Part 1 got announced, but, like, Sony fanboys were excited for this. They were bragging about all on Twitter, so I don't know where he got this, but it's like, from what I saw, it was quite the opposite, actually.
Well, let me just give you a few examples. Here, I'll play some clips on the screen right now.
Even as somebody who, you know, I think that Sony is, you know, charging a little too much here for this remake. You know, $70, it's a tough pill to swallow, in my opinion.
I love this game so much, man, but $70.
So is that everything you hope for?
We'll see.
Can't be any worse out there.
They're just milking. They're just milking us, man.
Last of Us.
They better not be charging $70 for it. That's all I know. They better not be charging $70 for it. That's all I know, bruh.
Why'd you leave Boston?
So there you go, 3 very infamous PlayStation fanboys, MBG, Saltiest Gaming, and of course the amazing Lucas himself. Even MBG, while playing like the side-by-side comparisons on the screen, was still saying they were charging too much for it. And I just want you guys to remember, MBG is the guy who defended Sony when they went back on their promise about PlayStation Plus and made it so you couldn't redeem gift cards you already purchased. Saltiest Gaming was the one who was damage controlling for the fact that Sony wasn't putting games day and date on their subscription service, and the amazing Lucas is the one who was harassing God of War developers by saying give us what we want and there won't be a problem, and the one who said that he was going to buy the $250 version of God of War Ragnarok without even looking at it. I think I rest my case. But now we're going to move on to the next part of the video I really had a problem with, which is where he's trying to say, oh, well, every game is technically a cash grab, so why does this one get so much hate? Why is this one a problem because it's a remake, but any other like remakes or remasters are okay? You get the idea.
I'm actually one of the few people that actually answered the middle of that. And sorry, man. Let's just. I'm going to be respectful towards you, but I gotta say this much. Why is this a cash grab? Why is this a cash grab? Like every other fucking remake is okay all of a sudden. Like, let's be real here. I said this in my $70 video. I've said this in a previous video, even before that. Every freaking video game is a cash grab. Simple as that. Because anything that's trying to take your money is a cash grab by the very definition. So why is it that this gets called that, but no one's gonna call God of War Ragnarok a cash grab, or Resident Evil 4 remake a cash grab, or Spider-Man 2 a cash grab? Don't get me wrong, I'm excited to play those games, but why is it that The Last of Us gets to like this, I would almost say, hate towards it? Like, isn't enough just to dislike it. It's like you got to hate it. It's like you have to throw like that sting, that punch, and instead of, just say, hey, I don't like it and not my taste. It's like people who don't like it have to throw in that sting, like, oh, this makes it sound worse than it is. And for the record, in this trailer, they actually even showed how they improved the AI. They show how they improved the graphics, the animations. But I guess you might not have seen that, which right there, that's why I didn't take the leaks 100%, honest, because as far as we could tell, that could have been from an early build where it was just the graphics that have been updated. But yeah, that's just, I don't know why Last of Us has to get so much hate for just being itself.
Well, it's a very simple answer to this question, dude. And honestly, I think this was probably the most fanboyish part of the entire video, if I'm being honest. But let's just go ahead and dissect this whole argument. So he's basically saying, you guys just heard it, that was like a 2-minute clip or something. He's just arguing like, oh, why does this game get so much hate, but like other remakes and remasters and stuff don't? Well, the reason for that is quite simple. This is the second time this game is being remade, even though it's not entirely being like remade. But the problem with this one is this is the second time they are remaking it, and they are including changes, but to most people, or at least to a lot of people, including PlayStation fanboys, this game is not worth the $70 for like the slight graphical improvements and stuff. And that was something that I noticed, is like the graphics, they do look better, no doubt, but I said this in my first video that, like, I apologize for and everything, but I said this, I still stand by this. Like, the PS4 version already looks so unbelievably good, especially, for a PS4. There was no real need to upgrade the graphics again. Now, do they look better? Yes. But here's my thing when it comes to, like, remakes and remasters and, like, graphics being better. The way I see it is, if you have to have a side-by-side comparison to see the difference, then there's probably not a hugely noticeable difference. That's just how I look at it. Because if you could see the difference without having the side-by-side comparison for the old version versus this new version, then by all means, like, that is probably a pretty suitable graphics improvement. But if you need the side-by-side comparison to see a difference, then something tells me the improvements might not all be that great. So it's not like people are simply hating this because it is The Last of Us. They're hating on it because it's being remade for a second time with not that many improvements besides, like, I think the biggest one I see a lot of people talk about was, like, the bow combat was fixed, which apparently, like, someone in the comments, like, can you please explain what the whole issue with that is? Because from what I've heard, like, people are so excited for, like, the better bow combat. But now we're going to get into the final part that I didn't really agree with, which is where he's trying to damage control the like to dislike ratio, and basically where I pointed out that it's almost at a 50-50 split, which, you know, for a beloved series like The Last of Us is terrible.
Oh boy, we're bringing up likes to dislikes. Okay, so here's a question. Why are the likes higher? Just saying, if it's so disliked, it's so hated, how come the likes are still, you know, higher? This is what I don't get with, like, some of these videos. Like, they always bring up likes to dislikes and user ratings. Like, you do realize these could be inherently biased. They're like, you literally could have hundreds of fucking bot accounts going there and just disliking the hell out of this. Or someone says, I hate The Last of Us, and this is the worst thing ever, so go over there and dislike it. Go over there and make negative reviews. Really? We're not going to pretend there's an inherent problem with these things? We're just going to take this as, oh, see, everyone dislikes this, but it's like, the likes are still higher. So, what's that say?
You know what, I take back what I said before. This is definitely the most fanboyish part of the entire video. Like, dude, that just sounds like pure copium to me. Just saying that, oh, it's a bunch of bots and, like, dislike bombers and stuff that are disliking the video. Like, it couldn't possibly be anyone who's actually, you know, disappointed with the game. It just has to be dislike bombing and bots. Like, what? That doesn't even make any sense, dude. Come on. And even if it is, you know, a dislike bombing, a major game that's so beloved like that, to get dislike bombed to an almost 50-50 like to dislike ratio, you know, they must have had to do something really bad to have gotten to that point, and, you know, they did. And yes, it is fair to say that the likes are higher than the dislikes, but again, it's how close it is to, you know, being even / you know, negative, like a negative ratio, because the fact that, again, it's such a beloved game, the fact that it's almost at an even split between likes and dislikes really just says a lot, to be honest, at least to me. And no, it's not bots that are, like, dislike spamming it. That's just pure and utter copium. But yeah, that's basically the main points of the video I had problems with. I thought actually the rest of it was pretty solid overall, and I felt like he definitely was right to, you know, call me out where I got stuff wrong when it comes to, like, you know, I got, obviously, initially I thought they didn't make animation or, like, graphic changes, or at least very good ones, but it seems like I was wrong, so he was right to call me out for that. But it's just these, like, 4 points in specific that I had a problem with. Again, dude, I know you're watching this video, nothing against you at all, and like you said in your video, it's just a healthy disagreement, nothing more. But anyway, guys, that's gonna do it for this video. I should have another video up tomorrow responding to another PlayStation fanboy. So yeah, I'll see you guys in that video. Like the video if you liked it, dislike it if you didn't like it, subscribe if you want to see more, and I will catch you all next time.